Randy Chavez, guitar. Fiji Barbosa, bass.
Hey everybody, my name's Bobby. Welcome to Mile High Church. Thank you so much for spending part of your weekend with us, especially if you're new. And I mean it. Our vision, Oneness Revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. Our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. Before we get started today, we want to give you a look at a few things coming up around Mile High Church for you and your family. Step into Walking with the Wind, a gentle guided nature experience on Saturday, April 25th at Denver Mountain Parks. Come find space to honor grief through mindful walking, silence, and connection to the natural world. Sign up by Wednesday, April 22nd. And navigate life beyond divorce with support and healing in this 8-week online class led by prayer and care practitioners. Gain tools to navigate this transition, cultivate self-awareness, and create a brighter, more fulfilling future. Class starts Tuesday, April 28th. Sign up by Friday, April 24th.
Discover a simpler, more aligned way to care for your body, mind, and heart. Join us for the Pillars of Health with John Pierre on Saturday, June 20th in the Community Center. At this workshop, we'll explore nutrition that supports your body's natural design, intelligent movement for strength and longevity, and practical ways to boost memory, clarity, and resilience. You'll also discover why compassion and emotional health are essential to true vitality. With over 35 years of experience, John Pierre brings a unique blend of science, humor, and wisdom that will help you build habits your body naturally recognizes as health. Come learn practices that quietly change everything.
For more information about anything you've heard today, stop by the Event Center or connect with us online at milehighchurch.org.
Well, good morning, Mile High Church family. Say hi to Cody Qualls, one of our most favorite local vocalists and humans.
Good morning, Mile High. Happy Earth Day. So wonderful to wake up here in this beautiful state of Colorado and see those mountains. This is a true story. Before I was born, my mama packed her bags and headed west. My elders hail from Indiana, where my grandmama played the church piano and my granddaddy played guitar. Sometimes at service, more nights in bars, and I was only 4 years old when he called me on stage one night. He played Straight Cat Strut, we were down in Florida, and I can't deny it made me wanna free myself from this mortal cage. Yeah, I felt so at home up upon that stage, but the Rocky Mountains is where I was grown, with a band and a family I call my own. And before the boys and I hit the road, I say a silent prayer. Save a place for us, Colorado, no matter where we go or where we roam. Save a place for us, Colorado. Whoa, 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 that's my home. A lot of souls to share out there. We've got a lot of heart to fill the space. Save a place for us, Colorado, so when I get home I can show my face. Whoa, 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 whoa. Now how west from LA to Seattle, the Black Hills have beauty that pack the ammo. Down to Texas, but hold your saddles. We got friends in Fort Worth that drive the cattle. To the northeast coast, where the cities rattle with tales of revolution, historic battles. Then down to Florida and right through Georgia into New Orleans and them voodoo shadows. But the Rocky Mountains is where I was grown, with a red rock throne that we call our own. And before the boys and I hit the road, I say a silent prayer, yeah. Save a place for us, Colorado, no matter where we go or where we roam. Save a place for us, Colorado. Whoa, 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 that's my home. A lot of souls to share out there. We've got a lot of heart to fill the space. Save a place for us, Colorado, so when I get home I can show my face. Tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about where you from. Sing it, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them, tell them about this incredible Mile High Band.
Thank you, Cody, for sharing that original song with us. Any mention to the Stray Cats in church is okay with me. I love that. Yeah. Thank you, Randy, Bijou, Mike, Laura. And celebrating a birthday today, everybody, Mr. Rob Lowe, our band leader. Thank you for the gift of music and humor and love that you share with all of us. We so appreciate you. Welcome to Mile High Church, everyone. As Cody mentioned, we're celebrating the Earth today and our Sacred Earth ministry. There's an old myth about the gods gathering together to discuss where to hide the secret of humankind, the divine secret of each and every one of us. And one god says, well, let's put it way up in the clouds. Another god says, no, that won't work, because surely one day humankind will grow wings and learn to fly and discover it there. Another god says, I've got it. Let's put the secret of humankind way down at the bottom of the ocean. No, another god says, for surely one day humankind will grow fins and learn to find the secret deep at the bottom of the ocean. Finally, a god says, I have it. Let's hide the secret of humankind deep within each and every human being. And all the gods agree that that would be the last place they would ever look for it. So we welcome you to Mile High Church, a place, whether you're in person or watching online, where we remember that the truth is within us, that the good we are seeking is right here, right now. It's just a matter of emphasis. And as we realize and live from that truth of who we are, good things happen in all areas within and all around us. If you're new to Mile High, we have a vision and a mission we love to share each week. It's coming up on the screens if you want to say it along with me. It goes like this. Our vision, oneness revealed, a world of love, peace, and abundance for all. And our mission, to serve as a spiritual beacon for personal empowerment and global enlightenment. So with that, we're so glad you're here. We're going to move into our shared spiritual practice, song, silence, and a prayer from Reverend Zamira.
Surely the presence of God is in this place. I can feel the mighty power and the grace. I can hear the brush of angel wings. I see glory on each face. Surely the presence God is in this place.
We gather together in the stillness this morning to be still and to know and to feel and sense the very presence of God right where we are. And so we breathe into this space, connecting with the very center of our heart. For it's in this space that we feel and know that we stand firmly in the stream of eternal being. It is also in this space that we breathe into and connect with, feeling and knowing that God is the very heart wood of all creation. Heart wood being that strongest part, the innermost part of a tree. The part that both connects with and holds every other part. And so we feel into that space this morning, feeling and knowing ourselves to be the very heart wood. As we celebrate this beautiful Earth Day, celebrating the very heart of creation, and feeling and knowing that as we stand in this space, we can let go and we can let God right where we are. And so in this space, I claim health. In this space, I claim prosperity. In this space, I claim and know that deep inner peace of the indwelling presence of the One. And as we breathe together, we feel that we are the interconnectedness of all life flows through each one of us. And so we are illuminated with this awareness, knowing that we are the very beacons of light in this world. We are the trees, the illuminated branches. And so what I know is the very vibration of that light, the very vibration of love moves through each one of us so that we may be a touch point for all we encounter. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for this opportunity to feel and know the very deep breath of God within every note, with every word, and with every moment of illuminated celebration as we celebrate our beloved planet, our beloved Earth, feeling and knowing that very health is the heartwood. And so it's with this thanksgiving I release this prayer into the law of good, knowing that as we place it there, we surrender, we let it go, and we deeply feel and know that it is done. And so we let it be, so that we can all affirm together. And so it is.
Into my heart, oh, wonderful Spirit, pour yourself in me, pour yourself into my heart, oh, wonderful Spirit, oh, pour your joy in me. Pour your joy into my heart, oh, wonderful Spirit, pour your joy in me, pour wonderful, sweet Spirit, pour yourself in me. Pour yourself into my heart. Oh, wonderful Spirit.
Our readings in honor of Earth Day come together from Sister Lily, from Sister Miriam McGillis. The whole thing is grace, everything of the universe, everything that has brought forth the carbon in my body itself, the trees that are shining outside my window, the bees that are flying around collecting pollen. It is all grace. If we recognize it, it is there for us.
And from Llewellyn Vaughan Lee, the world is not a problem to be solved. It is a living being to which we belong. The world is part of our own self, and we are a part of its suffering wholeness. Until we go to the root of our image of separateness, there can be no healing. And the deepest part of our separateness from creation lies in our forgetfulness of our sacred nature, which is also our own sacred nature.
Into the wild with care, my love, and speak the things you see. Let new names take and root and thrive and grow. And even as you travel far from heather, crag, and river, may you, like the little fisher, set the stream alight with glitter. May you enter now as otter, without falter, into water. Look to the sky with care, my love, and speak the things you see. Let new names take and root and thrive and grow. Journey on past dying stars exploding like the gilded one in flight. Leave your little gifts of light, and in the dead of night, my darling, find the gleaming eye of starling. Like the little aviator, sing your heart to all dark matter. Things you see. Let new names take and root and thrive and grow. And even as you stumble through Macha sands eroding, let the fern unfurl your grieving. Let the heron still your breathing. Let the selkies swim you deeper. Oh, my little silver seeker, even as the hour grows bleaker, be the singer and the speaker, and in city and in forest, let the larks become your chorus. And when every hope is gone, let the raven call you home.
Cody Qualls, everyone. Rob Lowe. Cody, thank you for taking the time in your morning to come and be with us and share your incredible gift. I know you'll be at the table. You have some product here. I know you've got a concert coming up, wonderful things. We're just so grateful every time we get to have you here. Happy birthday, Rob. Thank you to our incredible youth readers and Reverend Zamira for the Heartwood. I appreciate that very much. And happy Sacred Earth Day. I'm so glad everyone's here. We have 3 ongoing initiatives at Mile High, things that we try to not just have as ministries, but to intertwine in the many areas of our church. They are interfaith, diversity and belonging, and sacred earth. And although Dr. Patty has retired from full-time employment here at Mile High Church, she's still very much a beloved minister here, and I'm so grateful to her and Dr. Barry, who lead the Sacred Earth Ministry, and I'm going to invite Dr. Patty to come up and tell us a little bit about it, and it gives us the opportunity to give her some love, too. So let's hear it for Dr. Patty.
Thank you, Josh. And yes, it's an honor to speak just briefly about our Sacred Earth Ministry. It's about really taking good care of our earth and being a community as large as we are to continue to develop the awareness, how we can touch and feel and sense and love the earth. So sustainable living is our goal. And I also want to acknowledge Dr. Barry, who's not here today in our team, and something really fun today to celebrate. Right after this service, over in the community center, we're going to have our beloved friend Doug Goodfeather. He's going to be with us playing his flute, speaking, and praying. And he's going to go outside and we're going to bless all the trees that this community planted. So please join us. We have food over there, and look forward to seeing you. And thank you, Josh.
Thank you so much, Dr. Patty. Dr. Barry did show up because someone needed to remind me that the Rockies beat my Dodgers last night, so. This game, it's made to break your heart. It's made to break your heart. Artemis 2, rocket, spaceship, went around the moon, and as often happens when we go into outer space to discover and look at something new, the most beautiful thing that happens is when we pause and look back at ourselves. So we have this new picture of the Earth that we're going to put up here. And let's just take a brief moment in silence to look at that image, this sacred, sacred Earth, to feel what it means to you. What do you see when you see this sacred earth? A world with no borders. This beautiful gas ball hurtling through space that somehow holds each and every one of us. That planet which gave birth to not only ourselves, but our parents and their parents and their parents. This sacred earth that holds us, that if we allow it, however, to touch our hearts, can open us to see that when we're looking at the earth and we are seeking to find ourselves, we're way too little on there. And yet, if we don't see ourselves in this earth, we're looking in the wrong mirror. Because it's a beautiful expression of the precious gift that each one of us are. How strong and sturdy the earth, and yet how soft, vulnerable it is as well. Joanna Macy was an incredible environmentalist, ecologist, scholar, activist, teacher of Buddhist thoughts, translator. She passed away last year at the age of 96, but she contributed so much to the spirituality of ecology, to this idea of sacred earth. And one of her great philosophical contributions, she calls the 3 stories. The 3 stories that speak to humankind's relationship with the environment. They are 1, business as usual, the status quo, which may be good but is often unconscious to the damage that gets created along the way. Then there is the great unraveling. What happens when the consequences that we've been unconscious to rear their head and suffering and challenges take place? And then lastly, the great turning, when we have the courage to face those challenges and to embody the virtues needed to help transform them so that we can live in a new earth in consciousness that better sustains our own lives and our own environments. Macy spoke of the three stories for environmental reasons, but I think they apply to all areas of our individual lives as well. These stories don't necessarily happen in chronological order. Sometimes they're all happening at the same time. And we may look at our relationships with our partners, our kids, our friends, our career and purpose, our country, our society, and we can see these three stories taking place, all seeking that great turning, that transformation that helps us to make life and ourselves better. One of the great critiques of our religious science faith is you all are just cafeteria-style religion. That's all you are, a little Buddha salad over here, a little Jesus cake over here. You just pick and choose whatever you want. And I'd say that the difference between our faith and others is that we are cafeteria-style, we just admit it. What church out there isn't using scriptures to support their own worldview? We just admit it. And sometimes certain religious faiths or philosophical points of view, they give us brighter perspective. And when it comes to sacred earth, I'm all about what those indigenous faiths have to teach us. What indigenous faiths have to teach us about sacred earth versus what we might call the industrial religions. This idea that the earth gives birth to us, that is perhaps the most sacred relationship that we have, that we exist in the earth, but it exists in us. And as we learn to partner with it, we begin to treat everything around us as sacred, and in the process, reveal our own sacredness as well. Black Elk said, "Hear me, 4/4 of the world, a relative I am. Give me the strength to walk the soft earth, a relative to all that is. Give me the eyes to see and the strength to understand, that I may be like you. With your power only can I face the winds." This is a lot different than what I'm calling the industrial religions, which can have us thinking that we were all made in the human factory somewhere, that we were brought here for a temporary existence on a temporary planet that doesn't necessarily need our long-term care because it's just going to be here for a while, because it's all created in the great test of humankind to decide where you get to go, what world you get to go to when you die. Alan Watts, the great philosopher, said, "We don't come into the earth, we grow out of it." That, like the earth trees, it also peoples. He shares, "We have lacked the real humility of recognizing that we are members of the biosphere, the harmony of contained conflicts, in which we cannot exist at all without the cooperation of plants, insects, fish, cattle, and bacteria. In the same measure, we have lacked the proper self-respect of recognizing that I, the individual organism, am a structure of such fabulous ingenuity that it calls the whole universe into being. In the act of putting everything at a distance so as to describe and control it, we have orphaned ourselves both from the surrounding world and from our own bodies, leaving I as a discontented and alienated spook, anxious, guilty, unrelated, and alone." Those 80 stars were right. We are the world. And that changes things when we no longer see ourselves as alien to this planet, but its hands and its feet, its eyes and its ears, and perhaps the earth knew what it was doing when it produced humanity. Perhaps the earth and nature knows better than we do at that egoic level. What is it in you, I wonder, that the earth is hungry for? What are the gifts that you have? Perhaps it is that gift of sight, of vision, that gift of stewardship, to bring the sacred along. It makes me think differently about the words of Jesus in the Gospel of Thomas when he says, if you bring forth that which is within you, that which is within you will save you. If you don't bring forth what is within you will destroy you. It's interesting to think of that from the perspective of human consciousness, that what the world is meant to be is born in each one of us, and if we bring it forth, we can save ourselves on this world. But if we fail to, we may destroy ourselves in the process. And this is where this first story that Macy tells, business as usual, becomes so important. Because yes, business as usual can be booming and grand and exciting, but it can also have a shadow side of immense consequences that can kick us in the butt if we're not paying attention. Macy says business as usual is the story of the industrial growth society. We hear it from politicians, business schools, corporations, and corporate-controlled media. Here, the defining assumption is that there is little need to change the way we live. The central plot is about getting ahead. Economic recessions and extreme weather conditions are just temporary difficulties from which we will surely and even profit. We apply this consciousness sometimes to our societies, but can it happen in our own lives too, where we get caught up in that business as usual? I'm a big lover of progress, and one of my favorite things about our country is our love of progress. The Sherman Brothers, who would write songs for Walt Disney. Wouldn't it be great if you had a songwriting duo writing songs for your life? He was a part of creating for the World's Fair this thing called the Carousel of Progress, and the Sherman Brothers wrote this song for him that they considered his theme song. I've always enjoyed it, and bear with me. It goes like this. Anyone know the song? There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow shining at the end of every day. There's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow, and tomorrow's just a dream away. Man has a dream, and that's the start. He follows the dream with mind and heart, and when it becomes a reality, it's a dream come true for you and me. Yeah, all for attention. There's more, but I'll spare. And I love the sentiment of that song. And yet, again, there can be that dark shadow, that as we're progressing and we're changing environments, there's something about the responsibility to the environment that we're changing. Maybe there's something that was needed there that we've missed. I remember teaching a class right here at Mile High Church where we believe in this principle of infinite abundance, right? And we were doing a book study, and the book said there is an unlimited amount of resources for all humanity to survive and to thrive. And we went on with the book study, and someone was very polite, but they came up to me after and they said, Josh, what about the fish? What about the fish? It's not that this idea of infinite abundance was wrong, but infinite abundance is not just about more. Our abundance takes cultivating. It takes restoration. It takes reviving. It takes stewardship to receive the abundance of life. And if we just approach from a more consumer place, there are great consequences. And that's the problem with business as usual. It keeps things under wraps. Bill Gates had an op-ed in the New York Times a few months ago that shared that global warming exists and it has major consequences, but not as bad as we once thought. I didn't even read the article. I went straight to McDonald's to get a paper cup and plastic straw and enjoy a Sprite. Right? We can look at things to give us this excuse to go back into business as usual. When we look at those things that have plagued our society, that are villains to oneness, racism, sexism, classism, they're not invented by a handful of evil or terrible people. They're opted into by a group consciousness that is so attached to business as usual being its true source that it's afraid to look at the damage that it's creating. Could there be an area in your own life where business as usual is creating damage that you don't want to look at. A relationship that's become incredibly transactional, where you're afraid of intimate connection. A way of working that you know is no longer working for your heart, so it gets diminished over time. An unhealthy habit that soothes your anxiety, but you know has long-term health consequences. Business as usual is wonderful until it exposes and the consequences become the reality that we're confronted with. And this is what Macy means by the Great Unraveling. The Great Unraveling is when business as usual falls apart and we're faced with a decision to continue to avoid the consequences that have been reaped, to try and invent a new kind of business as usual, or to step into, as I'll talk about in a little while, a great turning and a living in a new way. It's interesting, and maybe you found it in your life, that sometimes things have to get twisted before they get whole again. I was leading a meditation on guidance with our practitioners about a year ago, and I invited everyone to see a guide show up for them, and I didn't realize it was going to happen for me in the meditation too, and I felt the presence of my father. And I was going through a difficult time, and I heard his voice say, "Josh, things fall apart, not necessarily because you've done anything wrong, but because things need to get better." Have you ever found that in your life? Things fall apart, not necessarily because you did anything wrong, but that so things can get better. Don't get me wrong, sometimes things go wrong because we screw up. We make mistakes. But sometimes the process of a deep prayer that we have within our own consciousness that's deeper and more profound than the surface prayers, where I'm wanting to control my life and have this person just like this and this work out this particular way. That's the stuff that falls apart because there's a deeper prayer to know and embody what love is, to serve and be a caring and nurturing presence for as many people as possible. Not to just receive comfort and ease, but all of the tools that we need to overcome the challenges that face us, our loved ones face, and that happen in this world. Sometimes there's a deeper prayer that you may have tried to sweep under the carpet that remembers the truth of who you are and seeks to demonstrate it in its life. And it does so by taking this so-called business as usual and blowing it up so that truth of who you are can come forward. Macy's telling us that this is not only true for our individual lives, but it can be true for our world as well, when it comes to our relationship with sacred earth and how we can make it better in so many different ways. Have you had that experience where things fell apart and got better? What in your life right now needs to fall apart so that things can get better? What does it mean to have the courageous faith to confront sometimes the pain and the sorrow that we need to in order to change? That's what makes the Great Unraveling in Macy's philosophy so powerful to me, because it's not about turning away from our pain, it's realizing we don't transform until we step through it. Carl Jung put it this way, I know it's not very science of mindy. He said, there's no coming to consciousness without pain. What Macy is saying is when business as usual breaks down, part of the process to healing and to change is to not shy away from the pain or the sorrow that's there, but to have enough courage to look at it. It takes a lot of courage to see the damage that we've done to our environment. It takes a lot of courage to look in the mirror and look at our own behaviors and not shame or blame, but to affirm and to do differently. Those of us who are in the work of wanting to heal racism or sexism or classism, we learn really quick it's not about quick fixes. It's about the willingness to be present to the pain and the hurt that these things have caused, so that when anything else happens to society again, we immediately weep. Our hearts break, and we continue to do that work so that we can encourage transformation. In your own life, there may be a pain or a sorrow that you've been afraid to touch. And you may feel stuck in your life because the new you've been wanting to churn and see take place isn't. The key, Macy tells us, is to walk through the sorrow, walk through the pain, knowing God doesn't take it away, but God will walk right with you through it. Joanna Macy was also a translator of the great German poet Rainer Maria Rilke, who wrote a poem that went like this. God speaks to each of us as he makes us, then walks with us silently out of the night. These are the words we dimly hear. You, sent out beyond your recall, go to the limits of your longing. Embody me, flare up like flame, and make big shadows I can move in. Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Don't let yourself lose me. Nearby is the country they call life. You will know it by its seriousness. Give me your hand. The third story Macy shares with us is the Great Turning. Business as usual is the status quo of our everyday lives. It's the world we built within this greater world that God has in mind for us. And we will always make mistakes in business as usual, no matter how good it is. Again, it's not always a bad thing. But when it breaks down, we have the great unraveling. And we have a choice to avoid it and create another superficial model of what is, or to walk through it for grace and for transformation. This is what the great turning is in our individual lives and the opportunity we have in our society to heal our relationship with the earth and to be better stewards of our planet. Macy says the great turning is the story we hear from those who see the great unraveling and don't want it to have the last word. It involves the emergence of new and creative human responses that enable the transition from the industrial growth society to a life-sustaining society. The central plot is about joining together to act for the sake of life on earth. Again, what's interesting about Macy's three stories is they can all three be happening at the same time. They, to me, represent not just stories, but states of consciousness. And what I would invite you into today is how can you get to that consciousness of the great turning in your life? So many people, they get to the great unraveling and that's it. It's over. Things fall apart. They don't have the spiritual consciousness enough to reach for that faith within them that tells them that we're really just being initiated into a greater level of becoming. That if we're not careful, the great unraveling can be all that is. But if we hold that higher consciousness and realize it begins with us, we can be a transformative presence on this planet. Not just as little us, but that big reflection of the world that we saw and held and honored at the beginning of this service. Joseph Campbell has a beautiful statement that has always resonated with me. He says, "The world is a mess. The world has always been a mess. The trick is to straighten out our own lives." The first thing I want to say is that I agree with this statement 100%. The second thing I want to say is I disagree with this statement 100%. It depends on what we mean by the world. If we mean by the world this idea of human consciousness that has been built up, then Campbell is absolutely right. The world has always been a mess within this mess of humankind trying to figure things out and causing all sorts of damage in the process, with great potential as well. But if we're saying the world as the earth itself, no, the earth is perfect. It's beautiful. It's divinely designed. It has, if we can steward it correctly, everything we need to thrive and grow and become. It is beautiful. And if we can only begin to recognize our relationship and be more one with it, not escape it, then we can begin to experience serious transformation. And yet that third line of Campbell's statement, it does start by straightening out our own lives. We may think it's insignificant to change some of our habits, to volunteer our time to the earth, to support others we love and educating them about how they can be better stewards of the earth, but it's contagious. When we find our own human capacity to be a space for the earth to heal itself within us, then we can grow. That's the other point I think we miss with the world. We're not destroying the earth. We're destroying our own ability to live on the earth. The earth is going to be just fine. It's the world of our human consciousness that's in jeopardy. And if we don't change and transform it, not with victimhood and blame and this person's fault and this person's fault, but that higher consciousness, that it isn't afraid to see the consequences of our action, which isn't afraid to walk through sorrow and to find a greater way of loving, a greater way of being, and a greater way of becoming. Taking one last look at this globe, and I'm going to invite Dr. Patty back up here to say a prayer for our sacred earth. How appropriate today. I just close with sharing a few words from the great author Marilyn Robinson. We cannot know that conscious life has appeared only on earth, but we have good ground for assuming that it is rare and extraordinary enough that its vanishing would be an incalculable impoverishment of the sum of things. If we say that for all we know to the contrary, there is just one minor planet in a limitless field of stars where apple trees blossom and where songs are sung, then most of us would probably grant an important centrality to that planet.
So in this moment, I declare it holy, giving thanks for this profound, beautiful message in the music that has led us into this prayer of recognizing Grandmother Earth, Tonka Sheila, Tonka, rock, Sheila, grandmother, and that life known as Earth itself is the very base where we live. And so I give thanks for recognizing the brightness of the sun that comes forth in the east. Perhaps that represents the very light of our being. So make sure you allow that sun to touch your hearts and allow the very breath to be that of love, the gentle breezes of love that come forth from grandmother, but they're also coming forth from us because we are a holy one. And from that great place of water that flows, that alchemy flowing through each one of us, giving to us health and goodness, I give thanks for the very embodiment of who we are. So what I declare is that we are responsive to our lives. We're responsive to Grandmother Earth. It's our response-I ability. And so I give thanks. I give thanks for this acknowledgement. I give thanks that what the great wisdom keeper, Black Elk, in his declaration out of a vision quest, he came forth and he saw a tree that stood at the very center of a grand circle, and all of life was gathered around that circle. I see Mile High Church as that grand circle of consciousness, and each one of you, you are that tree of life. So I give thanks for this. I declare it into being, and so it is, and I say, Ho, mitakio asin, which in Lakota means we are all related, and so it is. Amen.
Look to the sky with care, my love, and speak the things you see. Let new names take and root and thrive and grow. And even as you journey on, past dying stars exploding, like the gilded one in flight, leave your little gifts of light. And in the dead of night, my darling, find the gleaming eye of starling, like the little aviator. Sing your heart to all dark matter.
Thank you, Cody. Thank you, Rob. As we move into our time of offering, thank you for all of the abundance that you share with Mile High Church. We run on a fiscal year here at Mile High Church, and so just before July happens, your board approves a budget for budgeted contributions coming in, and I'm really grateful to say that here as we ended March, the first quarter of the calendar year, that we are right on that budgeted amount of contributions, and so congratulations to you and for all of us. Thank you so much for your giving. We haven't always been there, so it's been wonderful that we got up to that point, and many of you filled out a pledge card in October for the calendar year, and I would love to share with you that one quarter in, we are already beyond the pledge donation so far for the first quarter of the year, and so that also deserves congratulations. Thank you so much for taking such good care of Mile High Church. The other thing so many of you do is you give and give above and beyond. You make special donations. So about a year and a half ago, we had to get up here and say, can you please give money so we can tear down our trees? We were asked by the city to remove some that contained a beetle, and you not only gave money to that, you gave money for trees you hadn't seen yet, and so we planted those seeds, and thank you to Todd Graves and his ministry of overseeing this project. Some blossoms have occurred. Have you seen those out there? How beautiful it is on these trees that you helped purchase? And we get to work towards, talk about a great turning, making our campus more beautiful than ever before. We would not be able to do these things without your extraordinary giving. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's take our gifts and bless them together and say our affirmation, which goes like this. Divine love, as me, blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, and all that I circulate. And so it is.
Mile High, are you having fun yet? As you'll see, we have no chorus today, no choir. So we're gonna need your help. Will you sing with us? Laura and I are gonna teach you the part here. It's on an ooh. Shape your mouth like a ooh and follow the piano here. Ooh, ooh. Here we go. Take with them in. Hold me like the river Jordan, and I will then say to thee, you are my friend. Carry me like you are my brother. Love me like a mother. Happy Earth Day. Give it up for this band.
Charles, thank you so much for coming here. And you know, he's going to have a concert on Mother's Day, and I hope you'll go greet him out in the lobby because he brought product today to share with everyone too. So go learn more about it and shake his hand and get some product to take home. If you're here for the first time, we want to welcome you and we want to greet you and meet you. So I hope that you will come out to the Welcome Center because we have a gift, and it's a gift that is really has a lot of our teachings and a lot about what we're about here, and we'd love to meet you face to face. Also, if you're feeling called to prayer, our beloved prayer practitioners are here down front, so I hope you'll come down for prayer this morning. Stacy, you have an invitation for us.
I do. My good friend, Dr. Barry Ebert, and I are co-facilitating a mindful parenting class. And as Barry would say, this is a self-improvement class that your children trick you into taking. So if you have toddler and elementary age kids in your life, or you know someone who does who might benefit from this, it starts the 29th. It is 4 weeks, but the timing is short, so you're in time for bedtime. And we have childcare provided, and you can start your summer with some new parenting skills.
I love it. For those of us experiencing the great unraveling in parenthood, this is the class for you. And Jim, I'm so grateful for you for restarting and reinventing our recovery ministry here at Mile High, and you have a monthly group that meets next week.
We do. So starting next Sunday from 9 to 9:45 in the community center, we're going to do a monthly drop-in group conversations on addiction, recovery, and the family. And listening to Josh today, it's going to be a lot about that great unraveling and moving to that great transformation, that great turning to bring families and communities back to whole. So join us. Bring a friend. Bring a loved one. Bring yourself.
Thank you, Jim. Hey, we are currently taking applications for our Board of Trustees. These are the representatives of the membership that help guide the operations of Mile High Church, and you might be a great member of the Board of Trustees. So even if it's not your time right now, we invite you to apply. Get in touch with me or Dr. Michelle or one of our wonderful board members. Board members, are you here? We're so grateful for you. See, they're great people. And even if it's not now, we would love just to get to know who you are and your skill set so that we can build a rapport with you so that we can keep building this incredible church that we co-create together. And so grateful to our Board of Trustees. You can see them and ask them questions too. So with that, so glad you're here. Let's stand and say a benediction before we sing the peace song. If you don't mind, repeat after me. Something wonderful is happening to me right now. It is this thing called life. Life's in my mind, my body, and all that I do. I give thanks for it, and I accept it. Just the way that it is, and just the way that it is not. Thank you, life.